Good day guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to make an attempt to write one of the first scripts. As I've described in the previous videos, we are going to write the script in three ways. The first one is we are going to try to add a customer. We get to the home page, we go into the manager's place, then we click on that customer and we create one, then we end that. Now, I did explain in the previous video that this particular step to launch the page and to click on the bank login, since all the tests will be done on the bank manager's login page, these steps are actually common to all other steps. So they are in the before each hook. So now to create a customer, we will just go ahead and do that. And remember that in the previous video, we have created this. So I will show you one way to reference this from your fixture folder by just using the cy.fixture command, which is cy.fixture. Okay, and in the fixture you call the file that you want there. You don't need to put the extension of the file because Cypress just resolves it by itself. So if you put selectors here, it will first look for probably a JSON file there. Then if you can't find the JSON file, it looks for a JavaScript file. Then it cascades down to all the other file types that are available until if it cannot find that name, then it returns an error. But in this case, it will find the name. Then we are going to use the then command. The then command will allow us to inherit all the content of the selector, or probably if there is an element that we've gotten, we can use a then command to inherit all the attributes of that particular element, or we could actually just invoke a particular part of the element. Say maybe we want a text, we can invoke the text first by using the command called invoke. Let me just quickly type that here. Like invoke, we'll get a text out. We'll probably use invoke as we go on. I'll try to make sure that we use invoke so you see how it is done. But right now what we need there is then. So then would get all the properties inside the selector.json file. So we can attribute that property into an element. Let's just call it maybe cell, right? For illustration's sake, then we'll put the arrow function. I'm used to this. So we can remove this because we are not logging anything anymore. So right now, what that means is from inside here, we can begin to do some things. So I can say cy dot, as you can see, get. It's already suggested some things to me. I can put those there, but let me put them there and start editing them so it will make things faster. So to add the customer, I need to put the customer name, right? So in the selector file, what do we have for the customer name field? We have the first name field, the last name field, and the postcode field. Those are the places that we need to fill. And after that, we can click the add button. But the first thing that we need to do is first click the add customer. So we need something to get us to click add customer. So we can say that's the create customer button. I think we have something like that there, isn't it? Let me check the elements. So is add customer button. Let me edit that. So we change this to add customer button and we click it. Remember I said we're going to be using chainable commands. The chainable commands allows us to, within the default command timeout, allows us to make a verification, or just like we did with the then, allows us to make some extra actions on what we have already called on the element. So here I will use the should chainable command because we just want to make a verification. This in Cypress is a way to address the explicit weights, the fluent weights that you have in Selenium for those who are familiar with Selenium. So we can come here and say maybe the element should exist in the DOM, and after it exists, then we can click on it. So when we click on it, we can come to the first name field. This is going to be first name field, right? And here we're going to type the first name, which we've written also there. Is we type in the first name. We can equally also check if this exists, if the field name exists. So we can do a should as well, just to verify that it exists after clicking the, since we've just clicked the button. So what I'm trying to do here practically is, when I click this, right, then I now click the add customer. What I did first was, after I click this, I first verified that this button exists before I clicked it. Then I clicked it and I verified that this first name field exists as well. Basically, that's what I've just done. So if it exists, let me type the first name into it, like we've done. So I'm just going to do a copy and paste here, and I'll change the values in it. And I'll do that here too, because we did that for the postcode as well. So this is going to be the last name. And what are the values? The last name field, the postcode field, and the post CD. So we are going to change this to the post CD. Post CD. And this is going to be the P-code field. And this is going to be the last name field. We can check our test and see if it runs. As you can see, the create customer still runs, and it has added those names. John, it hasn't changed the postcode, has it? Yeah, it has changed it to Gomez, as you can see, and it also added the postcode. So the last thing that we just need to do is click the click the create button, which is the create button. So this is what we need to click. So I will just copy this click that we have here, then I'll paste it here now. So I can change this to create button. Now at this point I can say that it is unnecessary for us to, you can do it, but if you think about it, it is unnecessary for us to keep verifying each field, since we verified a part of the page already. Let me explain this better so you understand what I'm saying. Now, in the manual sense, when we come here, we have been able to get to this page successfully. We might as well just do this in a, we can do a, let me just copy this and paste. We can verify this in a page, like what we are trying to say, that once we launch this page, let's verify that this bank manager login button is available. And when it's available, we've clicked it. And after we clicked it, we've also verified that the add customer button is available before clicking it. This is the line that addresses that, right? So the next thing that we did was click the add customer. Now we verify that this field is there. Automatically the remaining field exists, right? But you might do a due diligence and continue to verify, but you can as well leave it like this. It is okay. Once you verify the first field, you can assume the rest is okay. But if there is a need for data for field validation, you just want to keep validating your fields, you can leave everything there, right? You can leave everything there. But why I'm saying that that is not necessary is that you can as well write a component test to test all those components individually. So there is no point doing this where you can actually create a component test. So, but the choice is all yours. So with this done, let us check what we've written so far. So let us do this. As you can see, the create customer page has actually done is done and it has created for us. Let's do it again and see. Yes, it has created it. And one thing I want us to notice is this: it created an alert immediately. So unlike what we would see here, if we had created something, let's say we put Kylie James, right? And the postcode is SW23RG or something, and we add this, we are supposed to see an alert, but in Cypress, alerts are handled differently. This is what you get. The alert would have been clicked. So we can verify this alert, right? And that will be done in the next video, because I'm trying as much as possible to make sure that each video doesn't take too much. So a summary of what we've done so far: we have been able to create a situation to create the customer. Now in the next video, we are going to verify that customer, and in that same video, once we've handled the alert, we've seen how we can verify the alert, we would probably just use the same module, the same step, by doing some copy and paste to do the creation of the account and also to delete the customer. So if you've gotten this far, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.